I should probably be saying things. Hi! I've just been sitting here saying absolutely nothing this whole time. There we go. That's the real way to be a streamer. All right. So hey everybody. Welcome back. I am setting up very badly. I'm looking through my drawers. So I am currently in between apartments. I was supposed to move into an apartment recently, but there were some difficulties. I'm just moving the screen, so it's gonna make some weird noises and pause for a moment. And I should say, so you may notice that there's no sound coming from the game. Hopefully you can still hear me. As soon as I see someone in the chat, I will check that. But yeah, so the sound is being very strange right now, and I'm not interested in necessarily dealing with it. I don't have time to figure out why it's weird. So we are just gonna roll with it while we can. So, last time on, oh my goodness, look at that lag. Yee-haw. Alright. We might need to shut this down and open it back up, which is fine, because none of you are here anyway. So yeah, it says the stream is healthy. Weird. Okay, alright. Chat is kind of working. So I am literally on my other, the YouTube channel I use for just watching stuff. And right now, I'm just using that in order to see what's going on. I was saying I might have to close the game or just restart because something is not working. So it's going to restart. Do not worry. This is somewhat planned. Let's see. Okay. Alright, so ignore that, and then we're gonna load June 1st. Alright, so we're gonna have a little bit of lag, which is a crying shame. One day I'll figure out how all of this works. Until then, let's go through some of our new stuff. Yeah, so I did take some time, like I said, and try to get some perfect links. I did not get every perfect link ever. In fact, you may still see there's quite a few that are not here. But I got Hideki, and what else? Let's see. At least like 2 or 3 more, I promise. I did come to a realization. I have been playing on my own a bit, and I realized that a big issue is that a lot of Pokemon are actually not available before the post-game, which is something that I hadn't realized. I think we talked about this before where Blitzel wasn't, but it turns out there's a whole bunch more that just aren't available. What this tells me is it may make some gameplay a little bit longer because I will be going back and forth and trying to figure out who has a good link, who doesn't. I might every once in a while go through entire sections again and go, wait, were these people good? It's a whole thing. I do apologize, but I am playing Pokemon Conquest, and that is just something that happens when you play a game like this. So, I am actually tempted to just go ahead and get started, which means that I need to move these people here, and we're going to need, I think we're going to need that Trico as well. I'm trying to remember if Trico is that guy's perfect link. I guess it's a little bit of a challenge to myself to try and use only perfect links in the main game. It's dangerous. There are shenanigans afoot. It's a whole thing. But I would like to try it. I think it would be really cool. I do not know the perfect links of these guys. Damn, this lag is bad. I still have no idea why it's like this. I am, like I said, I'm in a different place, and it's been a while since I had to deal with the Wi-Fi here. Except for the fact that I think I streamed from here before. Okay, so good thing we checked anyway. So Trico, we'll take the Trico and the Wooper. I could not use the Magikarp, but I do want to level up the Magikarp, because I will say I prefer Gyarados over Quagsire. So I'm not interested in using Quagsire full time, but the next person that we are going to fight is a ground type specialist. So not only is having both Wooper and Trico there just exceedingly helpful, but also having Quagsire, who takes less from whatever ground type stuff is there. I do want to ask, my person in chat, my person watching, can you hear me? Or am I just talking to myself and the lagging Pokemon? Hopefully not, but who knows? I'll check to see. Let's see. Let me... Yeah, if it's not working, please let me know, because I think I have some ideas as to how I can reduce problems and, be heard. And I definitely don't want to start a whole battle with that. Okay. All right. I'm being heard. At least something here is going correctly. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry. So, as the majority of the audience, i.e. the only audience member, I could go fight them now. This is actually, Shingen's army in Terrera is actually extremely easy to defeat. I'm kind of tempted to do it, but I have been playing on a completely different file for a bit, so I'm not gonna go right in. I have some self-preservation. Not a ton, but some. So let's go ahead and do some of this, and I'd like to get Magikarp to a slightly higher level, because Magikarp's score is really going to be dragging me down. Cool. Awesome. Yes, so I have proof that I am being heard. Alright. So just a nice little warm-up battle. Yeah, because I think we have 500 less points than Shingen, who is the person I want to go after next. Now, there is another option, but they are much stronger. The only other option is to go to the other guy, who's like Shingen's big enemy. I think he has like a Gardevoir, which complete bullshit that he has a full-grown Gardevoir, but nobody asked me. I guess in theory there could be some evolved Pokemon at this point, but I don't know, man. I think it's ridiculous. Depending on how bad the lag continues to be, I may only stream for a bit. Although, actually, what I will do is after this battle, I'm going to try my idea. I'm going to go to a different room where I am and see if that helps at all. But I don't want to do that in the middle of a battle. I just think it would be Too much for my poor little computer. She's a fragile creature. Alright, so let's beat up a bird. Oof. Yeah, this is gonna be a little hard. Yeah, Magikarp just has to stay out of the way. As you may know, just like in real life, Magikarp does not know anything except Splash. So, them's the breaks, you know? It really can't fight, which, once again, it's a Magikarp, makes sense. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, well, I'm glad I did just... Ah! What just happened? Oh my god, I can switch screens. That's terrifying. Thank you. Well, that was weird. So, as I was saying, what was I saying? Yeah, my vocals are fine. The screen's a little weird. After this battle, I'm going to go hop into a different room physically. Well, I won't physically hop, but I will physically go to a different room and see what happens. Magikarp weak. Gyarados has Aqua Tail, though, which is a really nice move. It can hit up to 3 people. It pushes them back 1. It is a little inaccurate, but I believe that the warriors who go for Gyarados tend to have the warrior ability or fighting thing that allows them to have a higher accuracy. At least for 1 turn. Alright, with 1 Machop in the hole. I like that. Machop in the hole is where I'd prefer Machop to be. Let's beat up this guy. Oh, easy peasy. Okay. Okay. And what I can do is I can bring Eevee to this side. Because I don't think... Yeah, nice! 21 damage. Ha-cha! Crit! Yeah, here for the crit. Jigglypuff can take a hit from a Machop. So, have them kill Starly. Which is, I think, a whole guy. So, yeah, Tokataka. Tokataka, tell me about yourself, dude. Because I get the feeling we're going to be fine. We're going to be great friends, Tokataka. What does Tokataka want? Unless Tokataka wants something fucking annoying. Which is always a possibility. Ooh, these are out of order. Bad. Alright, cool. So, Tokataka. Alright, let's do a little guy over here. Nice. Okay, so... Oh, Tokataka wants Timber, Girder, and Conkeldurr. Which, once again, I do think you can't get those until post-game. So, not too worried about that. Yeah, so my goal for the main game, or I call it like the first episode. Maybe this is like the first season of an animated, of a anime, you know, where it's like the big bad out of the way and then you just have like 7 seasons of why are we doing this again? And the answer is because they can. Alright. So yeah, I think the characters are really cool. I know that many of them are, many if not all, I believe, are like I've said before, real, based on real people from the samurai era of Japan. Which, for those of you who don't know, is actually, I'm not going to say misleading, because it's not any sort of lie, but when you say samurai era of Japan, I think people think much older than is actually true, which I find funny. My favorite sort of like way of understanding eras is that samurai, cowboys, and like, oh, there was something else that was just completely strange, but samurai and cowboys existed at the same time. So if you ever are trying to figure out like where a samurai is in the universe, they're hanging out with a cowboy. If everyone happens to be in the same place at the same time. Not guaranteed. But maybe in your historical fiction novel. Have at it. I mean, I think if you're gonna do a samurai and a cowboy, you should really, like, go for it, but that's just me. I just live here. Alright, we're gonna pick up this, but honestly, since you are not good at hitting things, let's just collect some boxes. So yeah, Takakage I know I'll take to the end. Tadatsuna, I would like to, because I have never seen Machamp in this game, which is the highest evolution of Machop. So I have to take Jigglypuff, and I probably won't be able to get a Moonstone, because I don't think I've ever gotten a Moonstone in this first episode before. But Jigglypuff is useful for healing purposes. All around, not a bad mon. Let's see. And then, and like I said, yeah, I want to bring Magikarp along. Wooper is literally just for this next battle. Because I just want to have a plethora. I want to have a water type. Because I know there is a fire guy. And so while there's a couple of Pokemon that are ground dark, which are allergic to fighting, and ground rock, which is also allergic to fighting, but fire is not allergic to fighting. So, alright. So let's pick up Tokataka. Nice, awesome. Happy to have you. Check. I usually like to use a highlighter, but a Sharpie is all I had in this room. So now we're gonna try, hold on, let me place Tokataka. Sure. And now we're going to try to move. I apologize for everything that occurs in the next, 30 seconds. All right. Just pretend it's very similarly to the world of Ransei. We are traveling somewhere else. And that other place will hopefully not have nearly as much lag. Okay. Oh, good Lord. Now I can hear the music, which is not what I wanted. Okay. So the little bit of the music I could hear makes me think, yeah, look, here we are, no lag. What a beautiful world we live in. Awesome possum. I feel so much better about life, the universe, and everything. Alright, so let me take a look at what we do have for perfect links. Hideki, I saw, yeah, he has his perfect link. Chikamasa's got his. Cottony might be available at this point. I know Magikarp is, so I think both the guy who wants Cottony and the guy who wants Magikarp are right here. So let's move. Hopefully I have these people right. I sometimes don't. They reuse character assets. There's not much I can do.
There's a lot of these people who I can name off the bat, but that's all we're getting. I can't do much about like looking at two identical people and going, ah, yes, I know who they are. Yeah, let's get some gold, because just in case the person who sells stones, like the moonstone, come by, I would prefer to have a Wigglytuff at the end rather than a Jigglypuff. Also, I mean, it just starts you in a better place when you collect Oichi in any of the later episodes. And we've got a Magikarp, so I'm gonna hopefully send Nobuchika, is I believe the name. Nobuchika, who does want a Magikarp. Alright, here we go. Nice. Let's just collect this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Alright, awesome. Awesome. Quick and easy. Funny. I mean, I would love to say that they get harder. They don't. If you took any band at all in your entire life, you're gonna be able to figure out how the rhythms work pretty easily. And that's not to say that I always get it 100% of the time. I would hate to say that and then fail excruciatingly in the next link. But I think I'm pretty good. Not definitely to toot my own horn a little bit. All right, so now we just have to beat this Wooper, and Nobuchika will have his Magikarp. So I would like to see this game updated, not only in Pokemon, although imagine trying to update this game with over 1,000 Pokemon. I think the official number is 1,025. That would be insane, but it would allow for a lot more uniqueness. Maybe a little too much. So maybe they would have to restrict it to a certain amount of generations. Maybe just generation 6 to 9, 10, whenever they would make it. But I would love to see it. I think they can take a lot of the fantastic ideas that they had here and just do better. Make them stronger, solidify them a little bit more. One of them is event Pokemon. So I get the feeling I may have mentioned this in passing, but even if I haven't, quick background, there are going to be some Pokemon that you just cannot get. They will very, very rarely, to the point where I think there are some games in which you can get shiny Pokemon easier than you can get a swarm. And there's no guarantee they're going to be in your kingdom, and there's no guarantee that you're going to have all the people you need that are supposed to get that when you are looking for it, or when it comes up. Which makes it really hard to honestly do anything. So what they did to either combat this, or they just decided to do this just by their own decision, they created these, what they call Wi-Fi codes. They don't need Wi-Fi. I don't have to have Wi-Fi to use them, but you type in a code that was previously obtained at an event, but you do not need to have gone to the event. Most of these events were ended years ago. I think one of the latest is like June 2012. That would be crazy. 2012. Forgive me. It has been a long week, honestly. I've been doing a lot. Okay, if in 2012. But Cerebi does have every single Wi-Fi code, event code, whatever code available. And you can just plug them in, and they're all the same code. None of these were randomly generated. Oh, it's time to be a character. Well, if it is an angel, I've heard rumors about you. What brings you here anyway? You wish to challenge me to a battle? Ha 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 ha! You challenging me to a battle. Oh, very amusing indeed. I love how his Rhyperior is like laughing with him. That's my favorite part. What? Lady Angel is serious. Oh, yes, of course. I'm sorry, it's just the thought of it. You know, I'd be happy to do battle. But you're just no match for me at the moment, Angel. Though there is one here. Never mind. Come back when you've toughened up a bit. All right, Angel. Are you fucking joking me? What? Me too, Oichi. What the fuck do you mean? What are we going to do, Lady Angel? Well, we're wasting time here. Nobunaga is probably... Lady Angel! Warriors from Terra are attacking our kingdom. Fucking asshole. Fight me, bitch. I can and will take you down. This guy. Oh, Yukimura. Alright. Lady Angel. My name is Yukimura. I'm pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm here on Lord Shinken's orders. I believe it has something to do with that visit you pay to Terra. I am here to challenge you to battle. Come to the battlefield. Dude, I think as the people being attacked, we should be the ones inviting you to the battlefield. But I will stomp you into the ground. This is the definition of, like, he's a bottom, but he will argue with you at every opportunity that he is not. Which is how you know he is. I don't make the rules. I am not the first gay ever. That's just how it works. If you have to argue, you're a bottom. Alright, but ignoring the bottom, let us kick his ass. If you remember from last time, this is a pretty straightforward arena. Going second can be a little bit annoying, but I think the AI is just as stupid as it was before, so we can probably just put Magikarp out of the way, move Machop here, and just knock them off until they cry, or something like that. Yeah, so I'll send Eevee after the Tepig. Actually, do I help people around me? No, just myself. It is what it is. I will still punch Tepig. Do you have... No, you only have raised attack. It kind of makes me nervous, but I did want to get Trico all the way to Drillbur, but I am just going to have to not do that. Sometimes that's how it be. Let's see what he does. Okay, good. That's kind of exactly what I thought he would do. Charmander should... Oh, Charmander might be able to get there. Ugh. Okay. Eek on a leash. Holy carp. Okay, so that was annoying. But all is certainly not lost. We are perfectly able to cause problems unless Jigglypuff decides to miss every single thing ever. Holy shit. Please do not do this to me. Oichi, Oichi, no. Oichi, stop. That is not ideal, I would say. But Evie, you're perfect, you're beautiful, just keep doing what you're doing, and I'll figure out what to do over here. I've had a thought. I could probably send Trico. Ooh, actually. So there are these, I didn't use them at all last battle, but you should be able to hit these. No, maybe not right now. At some point you can hit those and they will raise your attack. I am like 60% sure, which is not super sure, but it is pretty sure. So yeah, he's gonna go up there. The right horn is gonna go here, bulldoze me, but I'm just gonna have Machop knock it off next round. I probably should have kept it off, but he just would have walked there. This is quite troublesome, to be honest. I did not expect some of these issues. We're gonna potion up and also use adrenaline. I'm gonna see if I can just wipe Drillbur off of the map. No, okay, 30, but that should still give me a little bit of health and also hurt it pretty bad. Yeah, there we go. Cool. I do not want to send Charmander down there because Charmander will commit crimes like Charmanders do, and I really am not into that at the moment. So I might put Jigglypuff on the flag, but yeah. Then it's just going to take that flag instead. Why don't we do this then? At least Jigglypuff hit, you know? Sometimes that's all you can ask for, man. Alright, we leave Magikarp there. Let's go. Now, I am going to take a hit from Tepig, which is sad, but sometimes just how it be. Oh, and I'm going to take a hit from Charmander, but 30 damage. Wow. That certainly hit. Holy carp. Yeah, the problem is I really just don't want Charmander to be near Trico right now. Whew. But let's go ahead and put you there. I do want to get all the flags. Trico can kind of suck it up. Alright, we'll go this way. Maybe I can hit Charmander off and then block them from coming after me. We shall see. Yeah. Totes deaf, right? If I stand here. Have I made a grave mistake? Probably. But no pain, no gain, living in the fast lane. Yes, I know you're super strong and awesome, but don't you want to come get the flag? You don't want to go after Trico because you need to come get the flag, right? Right? Oh, Drillbur. Hey. Okay, so if Charmander can be nice to me, please. Please be nice to me. Please don't hurt me. I'm scared. Don't you want to hurt Wooper? I mean, look at Wooper's face. You want to take down Wooper. Yes! Okay, it didn't hurt me. Awesome. And I think I can hit both of them with Wooper from there, which is really nice. I am here for that. All right, let's go ahead, Sweet Song. get everybody's health back. Jigglypuff, stay there. That's where you're most useful anyway. Whooper, what you got? Nothing terribly useful. Just okay. So we can't hit Charmander, which is a shame, but we can come in here and beat up Drillbur a little bit. I guess the important thing for that is that Drillbur can't hit any of us. I mean, I guess it could come back out and hit Trico, but the AI is definitely heavy towards trying to get the flags back, which won't really happen because I am here bothering them. So, okay. All right, so Machop does a little more than me. I can take that. I am not terribly prideful. Oh, no. Wait, for some reason I thought that was 18. Okay. Let's beat up Tepig. Bonk. Machop stays there. Jigglypuff stays there. I'm pretty happy with this. I think we only need like 4 turns to hold the flag. Because we got all of them last turn. Yeah, so this upcoming turn will be good. Drillbur can't do anything. Charmander shouldn't be able to hit me unless... Yep, okay, Tepig's not doing anything. You know, the AI doesn't realize that if they just moved Scraggy, they would be able to hit me. Alright, yeah, so 4 turns to protect the banners. This is where sometimes I do start sending people after them, and you know what? Whooper can commit some chaos. So let's go in and just... Oh, do you have lower attack for some reason? Why? You know what? I don't want to know. We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go with it. Who cares? And since I'm not getting anyone from this battle, I don't particularly mind that I won't be defeating a single Pokemon. See, none of them are even trying to fight back. Scraggy, are you going to do anything useful with your life? I don't know. What'd you do? Nothing. Cool. Awesome. Bonk. I wonder... Trico might be able to get up there, so I'm gonna put Whooper, Whooper, Whooper right there. Nice. Quality 12 points of damage. Yeah, let's do some of this. Oh, it'd be nice if we could get a 19. Nope, only an 18. We are fully healed though. I don't think that will actually stop Charmander from killing Trico, but we gave it the old college try. Oh, I see what Scraggy did. That's not necessarily an actual problem here, but it is annoying. Oh my gosh, right before your eyes, Drillbur actually did something. Someone stop the presses. Call the presses? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but somebody better do it, because holy crap. Oh, boo. Yeah, set my Trico on fire. That's absolutely rude. Don't you know what a quality Trico that was? And you just set him on fire. Embarrassing, honestly. So, let's do this. I don't think we're in any danger of losing. I mean that very seriously. I don't think Charmander can do anything that will actually, like, take Eevee out. Which would be the only way they could stop. I mean, why not? I'll put Jigglypuff here. No harm, no foul. So it is already 7:27. I realize I took a long time trying to figure out this crap, and I also started late. So, I may go just a teensy bit longer, maybe to like 8:30, in order to recover some of that time. Because, I mean, I could just sit here and do like an hour and a half a day. But I would like to actually make some progress. And the best way to do that is to do 2 hours. I think, as the baby YouTuber. So, that is what I think. All right. Yeah, please go set Jigglypuff on fire. This is my last turn that I need to protect the banners. So let's just bonk. And then I think I just call it here. Pugilist Castle will never fall to you. Victory. Da, 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 da. I can't legally use that, but so pretend you don't know where it's from. Well done, Angel. The way you worked together with your Pokemon, it was very impressive. I shall have to try my best to match your standard, Angel. Farewell for now. Maybe he's not that bad. Not that being a bottom is bad. Being a bottom is good. Some of us have to be bottoms, and some of us have to be tops. But for some reason, I thought he was a lot more annoying. But he seems pretty cool. Okay. Lady Angel? So, this is the first encounter with Warlord Evolution. That's right, just like Pokemon, people evolve too. Though it is a little more literal in the case of this game. I get, with my evolution, a boost in certain stats of the character. Whoa, what a surge of power! Angel, you look... What on earth? Is this warrior transformation? I remember hearing about this. Much like Pokemon can evolve, warriors are capable of transforming. I have only heard of a few instances of this ever happening before in all of Ransei. But legend has it that warriors become much more powerful when they transform. I mean, I wouldn't say that. We do gain some stats, and a lot of the warlords that we meet later, that we can do the episodes from their POV, and that we meet like in battles here, they link better with their Pokemon once they level up. Or in the case of those that can get legendaries, sometimes they are required to evolve either with that legendary or evolve in order to be a perfect link with that legendary. Maybe now you'll be strong enough to take on Shingen and Kenshin, Lady Angel. Oh yeah, that's the other guy, Kenshin. He's got a Gallade. Why? It seems a little unnecessary, in my opinion, for him to have a Gallade. But, alright. So we are not actually any better off after our character evolves. We're not that much closer to being able, in a game of sheer power, beat Shingen or Kenshin for that matter. But I think Terra is one of those, it's one of those fields that if you just have a plan, get in and go, it's much easier than you'd think. It's one of those fields that requires you to get all 3 flags or banners, and then you win, easy peasy. But continuing to wonder if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, no, there is a sandstorm. So all of these 3 banners are on a tower that you've got to take like a little elevator to. You know what? Screw it. Why don't we just go in? I don't know why I keep talking so much. Electric type is useless, and he has other types like fire, which makes Trico very sad. Which is sometimes how it be, Trico. Very sorry. But yeah, so back to Terra. Angel, I've been waiting for you. You look different. Well, well, I do think this battle is going to be fun, don't you, Yukimura? Most definitely. If Lady Angel is our opponent, then I shall give it everything I have. Yes. So, shall we begin? What I do love is some games change what characters say based on whether your character is what the gender of your character, but this game does not, which I always just think is kind of funny. It's my preferred way for characters to work. So, what we need to do here is, it's harder when you are defending this. Oh, I gotta be Shingen again. Gosh. This is the tallest building in all of Ransei. Even flying Pokemon would struggle to make it up here. You're welcome to try climbing it if you want, but I can't be held responsible for what might happen. And what he's alluding to is that every couple of turns there's a sandstorm that goes by, and if there's any Pokemon on a tower, they are pushed off of the tower. And that's the basic strategy that you're supposed to employ, is you get certain Pokemon to the towers, and as the attacker, since we go first, you do not want to immediately hop onto the tower. You want to let the other team go on first, because the AI will immediately get on the towers and almost immediately fall off the towers. So that's how you get through, because most times, I guess you could go against Kenshin first, but I just think Kenshin's field is a little more difficult if you're going in underpowered like I am. But I could just make a fool of myself. I've done it before. I could just, lose. But let's try to avoid that, alright? Alright. And then, of course, falling off the tower, different types of Pokemon take damage, specifically based on their type. Ground type take nothing. Ground type and flying type take nothing. I think rock types take less, and fighting type take less as well. And then it just differs. Anything that's weak to ground obviously takes the most damage. So that's fire, electric. Embarrassing. All right. So ignoring my lack of remembering the type charts. I think this is pretty good. We're in a pretty good place for Shingen to just go up the towers. And then all we have to do is get our guys up the towers ASAP once they fall off. Which, easier said than done, no lie. But I believe in the power of God and anime. So, hey, Charmander, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to go up the tower and then fall off and die. Dude. You're ruining it. Alright. Whooper. Get up the tower. We'll figure this out later. They fucked it up. They didn't do what they're supposed to do, which is extremely rude of them, I have to say. Alright. Okay, that increases range and attack. Let's get Jigglypuff here to beat the shit out of this tree, so the tree goes away and Eevee can get on the platform. Ooh, actually, Trico can go on that platform, so I want to put Trico up there. Make sure that we don't have to deal with any problems. And then, best case scenario, we get Eevee to that other tower right now. Fuck. Alright, so that... Oh, okay, Machop can get there. Machop can get there, no problem, easy peasy. We've basically won. They never do it turn after a turn. Not until you get closer to, like, a low amount of turns left. Oh, we basically have it. And which is kind of a weird thing to say on turn with 18 turns left. But yeah, that's mostly game. I'm trying to figure out if there is a way we don't win this. It will mean we won't get anybody. But in order to win, I am willing to give up on getting characters. While it is moderately useful because there are so many Pokemon that you can't get until post-game, it's not that big of a deal in my mind, because there aren't like warriors that only show up in episode 1. In fact, there are many warriors that don't show up until later episodes. So there are warriors that will just not show up in this episode. So I'm not concerned about getting people. I think I have a pretty good group. I'm trying to figure out if we need a fire type. I don't think so. While useful later, fighting type is just as useful. Because both things that fire is good against that we see later, being steel and ice, fighting is also good against. Hey, we do get Shingen though. Shingen's cool. I think he's just a cool dude. So. Fine work indeed. You defeated me, Angel. My deepest apologies. If I had just... Forget it, Yukimura. Winning this battle was never my intention. Huh? I was always planning to join young Angel here. Oh! As was I. Oh! Ninja. So there you are. I thought you might show up. Anyone strong enough to defeat my nemesis is worthy of my service. From now on, I shall fight for your army, Angel. Oh, that's right. We don't even have to fight him, which is great. So yeah, once again, I always recommend if you're using my playthrough as a guide in any way, which, good Lord, why? But if you are, always go for Shingen. I just defeated Shingen with 400 less strength and in like 3 turns. Lady Angel, this is great news. Thank you, Oichi. So you automatically get both kingdoms. Yeehaw. Shinken, who is great, he automatically has his perfect link. He does get access to another cool dude, a legendary. Groudon, of course. Only appropriate, am I right? Alright, so let's put Shingen over here, because I kind of want to develop that into my second force. Wooper's evolving. Oh my god. Go Wooper. A Quagsire. Look at him. That's such a cool guy. Quagsire is so cute. I can't even. Clodsire, the Gen 9 evolution of Paldean Wooper is also really cute. But, like, you can't beat the Quagsire. Alright, Trico's evolving. This is a great battle for everybody. Actually, Machop might even evolve, which would be super, super cool. Because once again, just another step closer to getting Machamp for the first time in any of my playthroughs. What I usually do is I get Yoshiro, which I think is his name. Oh, cool. Grovyle, we're hanging out. Anybody else? Ah, damn. It looks like we're heading for all-out war with Nobunaga for control of Ransei. Indeed. We will face battles more difficult than any we have experienced before. Yeah, but before all that, I've made us something to eat. Go ahead, enjoy. Thank you, Oichi. Ah, this does look tasty. How considerate of you. Very well. Let's have ourselves a little feast and celebration, shall we? Shall we? There you go. And I do love the cute little pictures that serve, I guess, as a form of cutscene. Angel's army resolved to take this fleeting moment to relax and enjoy themselves. Their merriment did not last long, however. Did he just fucking show up? The short life of man is nothing compared to the age of this world. It is but a fleeting dream, an illusion. Brother? Brother? I always love that reveal. All right, Nobunaga. What is it that you desire? None of your business. Mind your business. I desire Lady Angel to find the legendary Pokémon and bring peace to Ransei. Huh. How amusing. I should like to see you try and make that wish come true. Defeat my subordinates and we shall see. Nobunaga will be waiting for you in Dragnor. This man speaks in the third person. Incel alert. Send him home. Lady Angel, I'm so sorry I didn't say anything before, but Nobunaga is my brother. That's how I know that he's serious. We have to stop him, Lady Angel. He'll destroy Ransei if we don't. We can't let that happen. That's why I decided to join you, Lady Angel. I know it's going to be tough, but we must battle against the warriors of Nobunaga's army. We'll start with Avia, Vipera, Cragspur, and Yaksha. Yaksha's my favorite. You guys will see why in a few minutes. We can proceed no further until we are able to conquer those 4 kingdoms. I know I am not strong, Lady Angel. She's fine. But I will give my all for this cause. Cool. So yeah, we automatically get Kenshin, which makes me so happy because I love Kenshin. Kenshin is super cool, and I think all of the warriors he quote-unquote starts out with are like directly related to them. Oh my god, look, he's just there. All right, let's move these guys up. So there's actually not a ton of point in building the second team here, because unlike later games, you can't attack other kingdoms with your random guys. You have to have the main character and Oichi with you in order to attack another kingdom. But I usually like to have them here as sort of a buffer. Hey! I love your username, Salmon. Alright, welcome Salmon. We're playing Pokemon Conquest. I just defeated I just got about halfway through the first story. And there's not going to be any noise because the game was lagging really hard. I could try turning the noise on now, though. Hold on. Alright, yeah, it's not lagging that bad. Alright. Sudden noise. If it's too much, let me know. Because I haven't been playing it this whole time, so I have no idea what the... Probably go for about 30 more minutes. Yeah. So you got here just in time, Salmon. Why do people say Salmon instead of Solomon? There's at least one extra vowel that they're just ignoring. That is funny. Well, I mean, no, it's your name. It's not funny. It actually sounds like that's kind of annoying. But as your friend who calls you your real name, I think it's a little silly. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I hope your stomach feels better. It sucks to have a tummy ache, but hey, that means that you saw, I think, my fantastic victory and my great voice acting, so I'm glad to hear that you were here. For sure. Oh, Solomon, do people, like when you go to Starbucks, do they write your name just completely wrong? Oh, your new heart meds. Well, hopefully the tummy ache goes away and your meds work the way they're supposed to. That's fair. Oh yeah, you don't drink coffee. You just drink Diet Pepsi, right? Or regular Pepsi. I never remember. Alright. While that's going on, not even Diet Pepsi. Alright. Damn. Alright, so we are going to continue on. I'm just taking a look at who we have in the background. Like I said, I think after playing personally a few times, I'm not really interested in trying so hard to get perfect links in this episode 1. Water type, grass type, and fighting type attacks are strong against rock type Pokemon, but fire types and bug types are pretty useless. Oh. Well, now there is time, Salmon. We are in at least the voice acting. Normal type Pokemon's attacks aren't very effective either. This one I may just straight up lose. I only have 2 Pokemon who are going to be super effective against anything. 3, because Gallade's going to be good against their Machop. It's not too bad, but like 3 of my Pokemon are moderately useless in this fight. So that means, Salmon, that you get to see a different epic victory or an epic loss. Who knows? We'll find out. The Kingdom of Cragspur. So you're Angel, the one who's captured all those castles in the west. Half of Ransei is already yours. What are you gonna do next? Too much ambition can be pretty dangerous, you know. This isn't ambition. Quiet, you. We don't have time to listen to your silly excuses. That's right. I have things to do. Let's get this settled. I don't think I have any fully evolved Pokemon on me right now. Grovyle is first stage. I didn't take Quagsire with me, and I have a Magikarp. So you'll catch me losing. I think last episode I lost pretty embarrassingly. There is not an easy win solution to this field, which is very unfortunate. There's something I've got to protect. There's something I've got to protect. That's why I fight. So I'm sorry, but I won't be holding back. Cool. Alright, Gallade needs to be over here. And then, let's take a look. So we've got a rock. And a rock ground. Well, you're mostly caught up then, Salmon. And I started late too, so no worries. And then I think I'll put who's gonna be weaker. You might be a little stronger about it, so I'm gonna send you that way. kind of hesitate to move Machop one way or another, because I think Machop is going to end up just being useful generally. Alright, Magikarp, make it happen. Oh, Kenshin. Alright, oh god, I don't know if I could tell you what I was saying when you came back. If I had to guess. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. This is the only group that actually uses those boulders. I swear to God. Lots of things about Kenshin. A, you automatically get him if you fight Shinken first. B, he gets to have a oh, the Gallade. The Gallade is fully evolved. Yeah. You have to fight a Gallade with Psycho Cut at a point where you have no dark type Pokemon at this point in the game. So, yeah, it's hard, man. Alright, can I hit Machop from here? Yeah. So, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, kill Machop. Send him to hell. With a crit. That was unnecessary. That was exceedingly unnecessary. Boulder's cool. Boulder's got Rock Slide, which is pretty inaccurate, but 3. It does 3, which is just hog wild. Alright, so we can put Jigglypuff out there. No problem. Let's put Machop here. We can also put Eevee right here. You know, draw out some peeps. Kenshin's cool though. He's like, yeah, no, he needs to go to that trainer or that warrior and just be like, I'm so sorry I sent your Machop to the Shadow Realm. That was completely unnecessary and definitely rude. And I think he's going to be mean to this Larvitar too. Which is fine. If Gallade wants to sweep that whole section by itself, I'm not going to argue. Alright. Onyx, who can barely move. Roggenrola, who's annoying, but I don't think Roggenrola is more annoying than the warrior who has Roggenrola, if I'm correct. I could be wrong. There are 3 warriors who want the Pokemon Anorith, which is a password Pokemon, so something you can't get unless you've got a certain password. And I have, like, not successfully ever gotten all 3 of the Anorith people in the same episode at the same time. It is so annoying. No effect. Alright, cool. Good to know. Roggenrola should be dead though. Not with this, but with Grovyle, who is now at full energy. Energy helps with crits, first of all, but also with Yujikuni. Hold on. Happiness can also affect whether you do full damage or not. Alright, yeah. Yujikuni is one of the Anorith boys. Alright, let's see if we can... Alright, yeah. We'll need to hit him a few times, but Gallade can clean up here perfectly fine. Roggen like Irola. I have never heard that song, but now I want to, just so I can convince someone to make, like, a cover or a parody by saying Roggen like Irola. That is cool. Alright. Oh my goodness. Alright. Jigglypuff needs to heal. So let's get that started, because I did not really pay attention. You'll have to remind me, do we like Drake? I knew there's one rapper that we don't like and they're fighting with the rapper that we do like. Which one is Drake? Do we like Drake? I'm kidding, the scoop. Oh, okay. I see. She says, not really seeing. That would be such a cool cover, though. Okay, so we are, like I said, Evie's gonna do like jack shit. I'll bring Magikarp out here maybe to try to see if we can. Hey, this angel's a real thing. That's me. All right, cool. Nobody flinched, so we're good to cause damage and take names. I would not mind. Okay, Kendrick good, Drake bad. All right, so if we do a Pokemon cover, we can erase Drake from the zeitgeist of that song. I think that could be how it works, right? Sure. Celebrate. We're gonna party by collecting this box. So yeah, Shingen was kind of unreasonably difficult to beat if you do not do all of the little tricks. Zeitgeist. Is there a movie called Zeitgeist? Oh, I mean, I'm sure there is. That would make so much sense. I kinda... Oh. Is it a spooky movie? Or like a... just a, like... whoa, mindfuck kind of movie? I mean, I wouldn't know. I've always known it kind of as its own word. Zeitgeist. So if it is from that movie, then damn. Joke's on me, dude. And destruction. Alright. So yeah, after you get over how extremely powerful Kenshin and Shingen are, everyone else is not a pushover. There are really hard battles coming. But there are also some really not difficult battles coming, like this one. They've all gone off somewhere, which I think is a little unfair, because I should have gotten that Machop guy. But whatever. No, we lost again! First Nobunaga, now this. Maybe I'm getting old. Okay. Looks like I don't have a choice. The castle is yours, Angel. But what will you do? We belong to Nobunaga's army. Now that our castle's gone, we've got to go back to him. I don't much like that Nobunaga, but I can't see any other way. See you, Angel. I hope one day you become strong enough to get interrupted in the middle of your sentences. That's it. Hey, KG! Hey, it's you again. How's everything going? Wait, something's changed. You're right. Lady Angel is transformed. I knew it. Well, that's good news. Here, let me give you a little something to celebrate. So we got the stones. If you go into battle after giving one of those to a certain Pokemon, wink wink nudge nudge Eevee, like your little Eevee, you might just see something pretty special. Each stone will lead to a different result, but your little Pokemon might just evolve. Think about it and use them wisely. You know, you really are looking pretty impressive these days. I don't think you'll be needing any more advice from me. In fact, I better be off. See you around. Bye. No evolutions, which is a fucking shame and a half. Okay, it's more of a mindfuck movie. Time Ghost. Okay. Oh. Yeah, that does sound kind of like a mindfuck movie. Oof. Alright, so... we'll split these half and half. So like I said, you can't attack anyone with your second group, but what you can do is you can encourage people to attack you. Not as common now. I think it happens more in the later episodes, but I could tempt a couple happenings. Yeah, go ahead. Y'all do what you need to do. That does sound like an interesting movie. I'm not really a fan of those because I get super paranoid. But we'll see. I'll take a look. Why not, right? Oh, Salmon, since you're here for kind of the first time, I have to get your opinion. All of the evolutions except Sylveon are in this game because it only goes up to Gen 5. What evolution do you think I should evolve into? I will kind of give you a push. The final battle for this episode is Dragon type. But I am kind of leaving it in your hands. I'll tell you what the majority says once you let me know. I'm not really into it yet. I'm feeling Glaceon. Yeah, they were added in Gen 4, so they are available in this game. Yes. Both are on the table. I'm a huge Glaceon fan. I think right now the majority is leaning towards Leafeon. But what I'm probably going to do... Let me see. Let me check. Yeah, so we're getting pretty close to 60%, which is when Eevee can evolve and has access to all of the evolutions by Link. I would need to get Nick Storm, which is the ice place that I'm trying to get to. And that would be where I can get Glaceon. I can get Leafeon right here. Alright, so we have a Glaceon fan. Alright, so that makes it 2-2. Because Arthur and Mariah want Leafeon. I want Glaceon. Looks like you're leaning towards Glaceon. And one of my other viewers doesn't actually have an opinion on what she would prefer I have. So there we go. Looking at the time and looking what we've done, we've kind of succeeded and had 2 really big battles. I might stop us here. And I feel bad because Solomon, you were not feeling well, so you kind of entered late. But I do think I'm going to pause here for now. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I've had a pretty big week. Pause the game. So, thank you so much for coming. Remember to like and subscribe because YouTube makes me shill. And I will see you guys next time I stream. But it's been good and it's been fun. And I hope to talk